was in the Senate, the junior member, I never wanted to follow our great senior senator Paul Wellstone to the podium, and following RT and Chris and Keith with the same sense of awe. What fantastic leaders we have there with Congressman Ellison and Ryback, Coleman, fantastic legislators, and this is being the time where Paul passed away. And Sheila's daughter and Mary McAvoy and the others who gave their lives in the service of their country, who gave their lives because of the same causes that we all believe in, that has brought us here this afternoon. Because we know that the DFL party stands for a set of principles that are embedded in all of us, in our political values, that unite us, as the congressman said, that bring us together, all of us together. And it's in that spirit that that we carry forward today. And I can't thank all of you enough for giving up a part of a Saturday afternoon. It's in that same spirit Paul said, where we're going to organize, and we're going to energize, and we're going to mobilize, and we're going to bring out the best in people. That's what this election is about. It's about returning the state government, the executive branch, to the values of the people of Minnesota. As the mayor said, the values that that we support one another. Both of the mayors are dealing with the effects of cuts in local government aids and the property tax increase as a result. Representative Emerson, a state of denial. He's going to cut local government aids. He's going to cut school aids. But taxes aren't going to be affected by it. We know from the plenty experience that isn't true. And we know the property tax burden falls most unfairly on middle-income families. It makes living in cities unaffordable. Minneapolis and St. Paul and Wadena, Minnesota, where I was last spring after the tornado ravaged that city. And the mayor took me around and showed the devastation. He said, we're a poor community. 1/3 of the households here in Wadena have a net worth of less than $15,000. He said we couldn't have afforded the emergency warning system that prevented any loss of life. We couldn't have afforded the emergency response system that took care of those who were injured without local government aid, without the sharing of resources throughout this state. That's what's behind asking the wealthiest people in Minnesota to pay more in taxes and provide that money for our school children. And the recent poll that was taken showed that upper income Minnesotans support me more than they do either of my two opponents. Side of human nature of Minnesotans, the greatness in our people. Just as when President Obama ran 2 years ago and said he would cut taxes for people making less than $250,000 and raise it for people making more than $250,000, he won the election for president by a higher percentage among people above $250,000 than the rest of the country, because people understood that there was a common need. They understood that we're, as Paul Wilson said, we all do better when we all do better.
That's right.
They understood. They understood, as the rabbi said at the bar mitzvah we just left, that we're a state and we're a society. We're a society of all of us. Look at all of us here. Look at the beauty of the complexion of Minnesota. Look at the depth and the quality of all of us together, of all of us joining together here in common cause. Paul and I looked down with such pride and such enthusiasm to see all of you gathered here today. For me, but more than that. For Yvonne, but more than that. For Keith, but more than that. For your legislators, but more than that. For all of us. And for the people who are in this state who can't go out and door knock, but who need us to represent them in St. Paul or in Washington. For the people who aren't even born yet, who will depend upon the decisions that we make, the investments we make in education, in protecting the environment, in bringing us together in laws and policies that unite us as people rather than divide us apart. That's what this election is about profound differences in the views between the two candidates, one of whom will be governor of Minnesota. Profound differences in where the state should go. 8 more years of Governor Plenty carried to a further extreme, or a better Minnesota. The theme of this campaign, a better Minnesota.